Hello friends, welcome back once again on my YouTube channel Gyan Guru by Gaurav Gupta. In this video, I'll be discussing previous year questions of percentages from the papers of CAT 2020, 21, 22 and 2023. So I have seen all these four papers, all the slots and have picked all the questions which have come on percentages. We shall be discussing all these questions in today's session. Okay, so let's have a look at these questions one by one. So question number one on your screen, CAT 2023 slot number 3. So you all must have read this question. So you are given the population of 2020, then there is a decrease of Y percentage in this year. Then there is an increase of X percentage in the next year, and we have got the population of 2022. Now, first important thing that is given here is population of 2022 is more than population of 2022 is more than the population of 2020. So that means the net percentage change is greater than 0%. So this is first very important thing that should be kept in mind. Secondly, X and Y are natural numbers and their difference is 10. The difference is 10. So will it be X minus Y equal to 10 or Y minus X equal to 10? This is also one thing that needs to be understood. Alright. So let's work on the values of X and Y, which one will be greater. इस पे work करते हैं. Okay. Now since we know that the population is increasing, the net percentage change is more than 0%. Okay. So if I'll consider a scenario in which there is an equal percentage increase and decrease. So let's say there is an increase of a percentage followed by a decrease of a percentage. Then in such a scenario, the net percentage change, you must be knowing the formula x plus xy upon 100 in successive percentage change. So if I'll apply that formula, you will get a net percentage decrease of a square upon 100 percentage. So अगर equal percentage increase and decrease है, then there will be a net percentage decrease. Okay. So to ensure that there is a percentage increase, to ensure that this value is positive, I can say that the absolute value of percentage increase should be greater than that of decrease. Okay. So in this case, X will be more than Y. X का value Y की value से ज़्यादा होगा. Then only there will be a net percentage increase. Okay. So if I'll assume the value of Y as A, the value of X will become A plus 10. Okay, so Y is a percentage, X will be a plus 10 percentage, right? So from 2020, first of all, there is a decrease of a percentage. Then there is an increase of a plus 10 percentage, right? I have got the value of 2022. Also, since the population has increased, the net population is more than like the net percentage increase is more than 0. So I can say that if I'll apply the formula of successive percentage change here, the value should be greater than 0. So net percentage change calculate करते हैं using the formula x plus xy upon 100. So it will be minus a plus 10 minus a into a plus 10 divided by 100 should be greater than 0. Why the negative signs? The formula is x plus xy upon 100. Okay. Now the formula will remain same. The signs of x and y, the signs of the values of x and y depends upon whether it's an increase or a decrease. So the first was a decrease of a percentage. So a percentage का decrease था. So that is why the value of x will be minus a, and the value of y will be plus a plus 10. We'll substitute these two values in the same formula and we'll get this inequality. Okay. Now simplifying this a little bit, I'll get 10 is greater than a into a plus 10 divided by 100. So a into a plus 10 will be less than 1000. Okay. Now there are two numbers, A and A plus 10 both are natural numbers and their product is less than 1000. We'll have to find out the maximum value of A. Now, why do we have to find out the maximum value of A? This is also important. Now, we have to find out the lowest possible population of the town in 2021. Now, 2021 की population को minimize करना है. We'll have to minimize this population. So, to minimize this population, the percentage decrease should be maximized. जितना ज़्यादा decrease होगा, उतनी कम population होगी. So, that is why I'm looking for the maximum value of A. Okay, so A into A plus 10 दो नंबर्स हैं, या तो इनको क्वाड्रेटिक इनइक्वालिटी बना लो. क्वाड्रेटिक इनइक्वालिटी बनाओगे तो थोड़ा सा लेंथी हो जाएगा. अदरवाइज जस्ट डू अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ हिडन ट्रायल एंड यू विल इजीली गेट द आंसर. आराम से आंसर आ जाएगा. सो A into A plus 10, 20 into 30 600 होता है. 30 into 40 is 1200. So the value of A will be between 20 and 30. 25 into 25 into 35 is 875. थोड़ा सा और इंक्रीज करेंगे. 27 into 37 is equal to 999. Just pick up this value. 27 multiplied by 37 is 999. 28 into 38 will be definitely more than 1000. So I can say that the value of A has to be 27%. Okay. So now the population of 2021. To get this population, what we'll do? Population of 2020 will be decreased by 27%. So population of 2020 was 1 lakh. 1 lakh को 27% से decrease कर दो. So 1 lakh when decreased by 27%, the value that you will get will be 73,000, and this will be the lowest possible population of the town in 2021. So the answer for this question will be 73,000. So that was question number 1. It was tricky, definitely, but understand the logics that I have applied in this question. Now let's move on and look at our next question, question number 2. Now question number 2 definitely is a question on percentages, but here a little bit of application of integral solutions of linear equation in two variables will also be applied. Okay, so let's understand this. A fruit seller has a stock of mangoes, bananas and apples, okay, with at least one fruit of each type. At the beginning of the day, the number of mangoes make up to 40% of the stock. So let's say the total stock is X. So number of mangoes will be 40% of this stock, right? So total stock, मैं यहाँ पे लिख देता हूँ, this is total stock as X. So number of mangoes at the beginning of the day, it's 40% of his total stock. So I have written that. Now that day he sells half of the mangoes. So how much is he selling? So he is selling half of the mangoes. That means 0.2x mangoes are sold. 96 bananas are sold and 40% of the apples. So let's say number of apples initially was A. So 40% of the apples, that means 0.4A. These many apples are sold. Okay, out of the total stock of X. At the end of the day, he ends up selling 50% of the fruits. So the fruits that he has sold, it is equal to 50% of the total fruits at the beginning of the day. Okay, so you can make an equation. 0.2x plus 96 plus 0.4a is equal to 0.5x. Take variables on one side, constant on the other side, and simplify this equation. So I'll get 3x minus 4a is equal to 960. Okay, now what is X? X is the total number of fruits. What is A? A is the number of apples at the beginning of the day, right? Now the value of X can be any natural number, but important is the value of A. Now the value of A, it can be any natural number, but since you have seen that 40% of the apples were sold, now what is 40%? It is 2 by 5. So 2 by 5 of the number of apples were sold. So I can say that A should be a multiple of 5. Then only the number of apples which were sold will come out to be a natural number. ठीक है ना? मैं half apple नहीं sell कर सकता. I have to sell a natural number of apples. Okay, so that is why A has to be a multiple of 5, so that the number of apples which will be sold will be an integral number. Okay, so A ka value 5 ka multiple hona chahiye. So now let's solve this for X and A. So I can see that if I'll put X as 320, so 3 multiplied by 320 is 960. So the value of A comes out to be 0. So 320 is the value of X, the value of A is 0. But the question says that he started with at least one fruit of each type. So the value of X as well as A, or the number of mangoes, bananas or apples at the beginning of the day should be a natural number. It cannot be a whole number. Okay. So the value of A should be greater than 0. So value of A will be greater than 0 and a multiple of 5. Now, the logic of linear equations in two variables with integral number of solution, it says that the value of X will change or will increase by the coefficient of A whenever the value of A will change by the coefficient of X. Okay. So X का value A के coefficient से increase होगा and A का value X के coefficient से increase होगा. So the value of A will keep on increasing by 3. So A का value 3 से increase करते हैं. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. I'll stop at 15 because I know that A is a multiple of 5. So I have increased the value of A 5 times. So X का value भी 5 times increase कर दो. That means 5 into 4. That is 340. So if the value of X is 340, the value of A will be 15. Now we'll check if this value satisfies the other things. So X is 340, A is 15, is a multiple of 5. Yes, it has satisfied. So the smallest possible total number of fruits in the stock at the beginning of the day will become 340. All right. So 340 is the answer of this question. This was CAT 2023 slot number 3. Okay. Let's move on and look at question number 3. That is CAT 2022 slot number 2. So that means CAT 2023 में फर्स्ट और सेकंड स्लॉट में परसेंटेज का एक भी क्वेश्चन नहीं था. प्रॉफिट लॉस डिस्काउंट, सिंपल इंटरेस्ट, कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट, yes, the questions were present. So let's have a look at this question, CAT 2022 slot 2. In an election there were 4 candidates. Let's say these 4 candidates are A, B, C and D. And 80% of the registered voters cast their votes. So assume that the total number of registered voters is equal to 100x. Okay, so 80% of the registered voter casted their votes. So number of voters who casted their votes will be 80x. I'm writing it at the top only. Okay, one of the candidates received 30% of the casted votes. Let's say that candidate is A, received 30% of the casted votes. That means 30% of 80x. That will be 24x. So A has received 24x votes. Now the remaining number of votes, 80x minus 24x, that is 56x. Okay, this is the remaining number of votes. Okay, while the other 3 candidates received the remaining casted votes. So you'll have to now divide 56x in the ratio 1:2:3. So let's say these are B, C and D candidates, these 3 candidates. Okay, so in this order, 1:2:3. So 1/6 of 56x, so 56x upon 6. 2 by 6, that means 1/3 of 56x, so 56x upon 3, and 3 by 6, that is half, 56x upon 2. All right. So if I'll convert them in decimals, so 56x upon 6 will be 9 point something, so this will be 9 point something x. This will be 18 point something x, right? And the last one will be 56 upon 2, that is 28x. Okay. Now if the winner of the election received 2,512 votes, more than the candidate with the second highest votes. Now let's find out the 2 candidates, these 2 candidates, one with highest number of votes and other one with the second highest number of votes. So 28x is definitely the highest and 24x is the second highest. The others are 18 point something x and 9 point something x. Obviously, these two are lower values. Okay, so we know that D has won the election, or D has got 2,512 votes more than A. So the difference between them, 28x minus 24x, is given as 251. Simple as that. Get the value of x and get the total number of registered voters. ये भी ध्यान से देखना है कि पूछा क्या हुआ है क्वेश्चन में. So 4x is equal to 2512. The value of x comes out to be 628. So x is 628. We have to find out the total number of registered voters, which was 100x, and this will become 62800. So 62800, theta question tha, you have to type in your answer, and 62800 will be the correct answer of CAT 2022 slot 2 question. Let's look at the next one, question number 4. Question number 4, slightly lengthy, CAT 2021 slot number 3. All right. The total male and female populations in the city increased by 25% from year 1970 to 1980. Okay, I try to write as much less as possible. So male and female total population increased by 25%. During the same period, male population increased by 40% and female population increased by 20%. Okay, now using allegations, male population increased by 40, female population increased by 20%, and net there is an increase of 25%. If I'll apply allegation on this, यहाँ पे 5 आ जाएगा, यहाँ पे 15 आ जाएगा. So I can calculate the ratio of the male and female population in 1970. 1970 में मेल एंड फीमेल पॉपुलेशन का रेशियो कितना था? 1:3. ऑलराइट, ओके. सो नाउ 1970 से स्टार्ट करते हैं. द रेशियो इज 1:3. आई विल अज्यूम दैट द नंबर ऑफ मेल्स is 100 and the number of females is 300. Okay, right? Total population is 400. Now, in this period, male population increased by 40%. So it became 140. The female population increased by 20%. It became 360. The net population is 500, and you can check there is an increase of 25%. Cool. Now from 1980 to 1990, the female population increased by 25%. So this population increased by 25%. That means 1/4. The female population increased by 25%. अब इसका 25% कितना होगा? 90. So female population has become 450. Done. Now this is 1980 and this is 1990. In 1990, if female population is twice the male population, so in 1990, if female population 450 is twice the male population, so male population कितना हो जाएगा? 225. Then the percentage increase in total of male and female population in the city. So total population will become 675. Now we have to find out the net percentage change from 1970 to 1990. Now, 1970, the population was how much? It was 400. 1990, it is 675. There is an increase of 275 over 400 multiplied by 100. Simplify this. You have 4 options. Mark your answer. Move on to the next question. So 275 divided by 4, that is 68.75%. So 68.75%. This question we are given options. So option A will be the correct answer of this question. Moving on, question number 5. Question number 5 does not seems to be a very difficult question. Check karte hain. In a tournament, a team has played 40 matches so far and won 30% of them. So this is played, win 30%. That means they have won 12. And they will lose the remaining, that is 28. Okay, lost or drawn, whatever. So win is 12 and the remaining You can consider them as losses or draws, whatever it is. Now, if they win 60% of their remaining matches, their overall win percentage will be 50%. So let's say the remaining matches are X. So if they will win 60% of X, right? So their overall win percentage. So total number of wins kitni ho gayi? 12 plus 0.6x. Now their overall win percentage will be 50%. Okay, so that means up till now they would have won 50% of the matches played. Matches played kitne hai? 40 plus x. So 40 plus x divided by 2. This is their winning percentage. So from here you can find the value of x. So 1.2, 0.2x is equal to 40 minus 24, that is 16. So the value of x will be equal to 80. So I can say that the remaining number of matches is 80. Right? Okay. Now the question statement, suppose they win 90% of the remaining matches. Suppose they are winning 90% of these 80 matches. So 80 का 90% कितना होता है? It is 72. ये calculations orally होनी चाहिए. Okay. So total number of wins कितनी हो गई? 72 plus 12, 84. And total number of matches played is 120. करना क्या है अब? Then the total number of matches won by the team in the tournament. We don't even have to calculate the percentage. We have to find out the number of matches won, and that will be 84. And the correct answer is option B. Right? We can quickly move on to the next question. Question number 6. CAT 2021 slot 2. CAT 2021 में बहुत सारे questions आए हैं percentages पे, and these questions are not that difficult. Okay. Question says a box has 450 balls, each either white or black. So we don't have any other color. We have white or black and total 450 balls. Now there being as many metallic white balls as metallic black balls. So these are metallic, non-metallic as well. All right. So total number of balls 450, white, black, metallic, non-metallic. Okay, इस तरीके से डिवीजन कर देते हैं. So they are saying that there being as many metallic white balls as metallic black balls. So these balls, number of balls are equal. Now if 40% of white balls, so if 40% of white balls, total white balls, so 40% of W is equal to 50% of black balls. If 40% of white balls and 50% of black balls are metallic, okay, so they are talking about this x, which was equal. Okay, so if 40% of white balls and 50% of black balls are metallic and they are equal, so I can equate them. So 40% of total white balls is equal to 50% of total black balls. ठीक है. So total number of white balls upon total number of black balls, इसका ratio पता लग जाएगा. It will be 5/4. Okay. So total white balls and total black balls are in the ratio 5:4, and their sum is given as 450. So divide 450 in the ratio 5:4. So total number of white balls comes out to be 250 and total number of black balls comes out to be 200. 450 को मैंने क्या किया? 5:4 के रेशियो में डिवाइड कर दिया. ठीक है. अब मेटेलिक बॉल्स, मेटेलिक व्हाइट बॉल्स कितनी थी? 40%. So 40% of 250, which is 100. So 100 white balls are metallic. So remaining 150 white balls will be non-metallic. Similarly, 50% of black balls were metallic. That means 100 black balls were metallic. So remaining 100 black balls will be non-metallic. So the question is, then the number of non-metallic balls in the box, it will be 150 plus 100, that is 250. So 250 will be the answer of this question. Perfect. So question number 6 is also done. Now let's move on and look at question number 27. This is slightly difficult, thoda sa lengthy hai. Okay, so I will categorize this type of question as like as under medium category of questions. Okay, now Calculation, look at the calculation that I'll be doing at the end. Okay, so calculation thoda sa important hai. Calculation is the thing where you can save plenty of your time. Now we have identical chocolate pieces are sold in the boxes of two sizes, small and large. So there is a small box and there is a large box. Okay. Now the large box is sold for twice the price of the small box. So selling price of large box is twice the small box. So let's say ये x है तो इसका price कितना हो जाएगा 2x. Okay. Now if the selling price per gram, okay, selling price per gram is also given. So selling price per gram of chocolate in large box is 12% less than that in the small box. So small box का selling price per gram 100 ले लेते हैं. तो लार्ज बॉक्स का कितना हो जाएगा 12% लेस देन 100, दैट विल बी 88. ओके, देन द परसेंटेज बाय व्हिच द वेट ऑफ चॉकलेट इन द लार्ज बॉक्स एक्सीड्स. सो अब वेट का कंपैरिजन करना है. सो आई हैव सेलिंग प्राइस पर ग्राम. हाउ टू फाइंड आउट द वेट? ओके, सो द वेट विल बी सेलिंग प्राइस डिवाइडेड बाय सेलिंग प्राइस पर ग्राम. ओके, सो quantity in grams in the small box will be x upon 100 and in the large box it will be 2x upon 88, or I can say that x upon 44. Okay, so the quantity in small box is x upon 100 and large box it is x upon 44. Let's calculate the ratio of the quantity in small and large box. So small box quantity is x upon 100, large box it is x upon 44. So the ratio will be 44 upon 100. ठीक है ना? X upon 100 divided by x upon 44, it will come out to be 44 upon 100. Then the percentage by which the weight of the chocolate in large box exceeds that in the small box. Okay, so simplify कर लेते हैं. 11 upon 55, sorry 11 upon 25. So we'll have to find out 25 is what percentage more than that of 11. 25 11 से कितना percentage more है? So it is 14 more divided by 11 multiplied by 100. Okay, difference is 14. कंपेयर किससे करना है? स्मॉल बॉक्स से कंपेयर करना है. दैट इज डिनोमिनेटर में 11 आ जाएगा मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100. ओके, नाउ 14 upon 11, the fraction is 14 upon 11. We have to convert it in percentages. I can write 14 upon 11 as 1 plus 3 by 11. 1 is 100 percentage. 3 by 11. 1 by 11 is 9.09. So 3 by 11 will be 27.27. So the final answer should be 127.27 percentage. Question is, we'll have to find out the approximate value is nearest to. Options में 127 दिख रहा है. Why don't we'll mark this option as our answer? So the correct answer here is 127. That is option A. All right. Next question. Question number 8. CAT 2020 slot number 3. Final examination. Bishnu scored 52 percentage. Asha scored 64 percentage. The difference between them is 12 percentage, right? 12 percentage of total, whatever it is, right? So Vishnu is 52 percentage, Asha is 64, gap कितना है 12 percentage का, लिख दिया. The marks obtained by Vishnu is 23 less and that by Asha is 34 more than a person. So there is a comparison that is given. So Ramesh से कंपेयर किया हुआ है. विष्णु इज 23 लेस एंड आशा इज 34 मोर. ओके, सो आशा इज 34 मोर, विष्णु इज 23 लेस. सो द गैप बिटवीन विष्णु एंड आशा इन टर्म्स ऑफ मार्क्स विल बी 34 plus 23, right? So I can say that this gap, which is 12 percentage of total, will be 23 plus 34. All right. So you can say that 12 percentage of total marks is equal to 57. Done. Now the question is the marks obtained by Geeta who scored 84 percentage. So 84 percentage is scored by Geeta. So we'll have to find out 84 percentage of total. Very simple. 12 multiplied by 7 is 84. So just multiply 57 by 7 and that will be your answer. 57 multiplied 7 is 399 and the correct answer is option A. CAT 2020 slot number 3, such an easy question was there. Okay. Next question, question number 9, CAT 2020 slot 2. In May, John bought the same amount of rice and the same amount of wheat as he had bought in April. Quantities same purchase की है May में, whatever he has bought in April, but he spent 150 more due to price increase of rice and wheat. So total money इसने 150 extra खर्च किया है. That is because of the price increase in the price of rice and wheat. So rice, the price increase was by 20%, and for wheat, the increase in price was 12%. Right? John spent 450 on rice in April. Now rice, he has spent 450 rupees, and the price increase in rice was 20%. So that means out of total 150 more that is spent, he has spent 20% of 450, that is 90 rupees more on rice. ठीक है ना? राइस में ओरिजिनली 450 स्पेंड किया था. Okay, the price increase is 20%, quantity bought is same, so the money that he will spend more on rice will be 20% of 450, that is 90 rupees. So rice पे उसने 90 rupees more spend किया है, and total पे उसने कितना spend किया था more? 150 more, right? So I can say that wheat, he must have spent 150 minus 90, that is 60 rupees more. So he must have spent 60 rupees more on wheat. Done? Okay. Now let's say the money spent on wheat in April is X, and the price increase in the price of wheat is 12%. So 12% increase. So I can say that 12% of X should be equal to 60. So यहाँ से X का value आ जाएगा, right? So we'll get the value of X as 500. Done. So 500 was the price, or 500 was the money that he has spent on wheat in the month of April. What we have to find out? How much did he spend on wheat in May? So April में 500 spend किया था. In May he has spent 12% or 60 rupees more. So the total money that he has spent on wheat in the month of May should be 560. The correct answer will be option C. Now, if I am the person who is setting this question, so I'll definitely keep 500 among the options. Okay? Because हम last में गलती करते हैं. Question में पूछा गया है total money spent on wheat in May. 500 answer आते के साथ ही, like the value in April, we tend to mark 500 as the answer. Okay, so 500 तो options में होना चाहिए था, and lots of students would have marked this 500 as the answer. ठीक है? So question number 9 over. Important to read the last line of the question every time you are marking the question, marking the answer. ठीक है? So examination में भी answer mark करने से पहले just एक बार last line of the question read कर लो. That will help you in saving yourself from committing such silly errors. Let's move on. 10th question, CAT 2021 slot number 1. In a group of people, 28% of the members are young while the rest are old. So total 100 people assume कर लेते हैं. So young and old, this is first bifurcation. So 28 members are young and 72 will be old. If 65% of the members are literates, so now we have literates and illiterates as well. So literates and illiterates. So literates are 65 and illiterates will be 35. Okay, now there will be mixture, like there will be young who will be literate and illiterate, then among old there will be literate and illiterate. Similarly, in literate there will be young and old, illiterate there will be young and old. So इस type से figure बनती है. ठीक है? So question is, if 65% of the members are literates and 25% of the literates are young, so among the literates 25% are young. So 25% of 65. 65 का 25% calculate करना है. That will be 16.25. So out of 65 members who are literates, young are 16.25 So remaining will be old, right? So 65 minus 16.25, that will be 48.75. Okay, so we have young literates as 16.25 and old literates as 48.75. Okay, so out of young, the number of literates will be 16.25, and out of old, the number of literates will be 48.75. Right? अब क्वेश्चन में फाइंड आउट क्या करना है? Then the percentage of old people among illiterates. So ये जो illiterates हैं, इसमें percentage of old people कितने हैं? Right? So I have calculated one thing, that number of old literates, look at this part, number of old literates is 48.75, right? Number of young literates calculate कर लिया. अब यहां से नंबर ऑफ इलिटरेट्स भी कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं. कोई भी एक चीज कैलकुलेट कर लो, दूसरी चीज अपने आप कैलकुलेट हो जाएगी. सो नंबर ऑफ यंग illiterates will be 28 minus 16.25, that is 11.75. Okay, so out of young illiterates are 11.75. So out of illiterates, number of young will be 11.75. Okay, then the percentage of old people. So out of this, number of old people will be 35 minus 11.75, that is 23.25. This is what we had to calculate. So then the percentage of old people among illiterates. So old among illiterates is 23.25 divided by 35 into 100. Now simplify this and you'll have to find out the approximate value. So approximate value के लिए 35 is the denominator. So 60 percentage of 35 will be 21. 70 percentage will be 24.5. Now 23.25 is nearer to 24.5. So my answer will be nearer to 70 percentage as compared to 60 percentage. तो आंसर 60 और 70 के बीच में होना चाहिए, बट 70 के ज्यादा पास होना चाहिए. So answer should be among option B or option C, but since it should be nearer to 70 percentage, so I will mark 66 percentage as the answer. This is the method that you need to use to approximate the calculations. Exact answer नहीं निकाला मैंने, approximations किया and I was able to reach to the correct answer in a matter of seconds. All right, so that was question number 10 from CAT 2021 slot number 1. And friends, that's all for this session. These are all the questions that appeared from percentages, only from percentages, not the application of percentages like profit loss discount. I'll be covering those questions in a separate session. Okay, so profit loss discount, simple interest, compound interest, I'll be covering those questions in a separate session. Till then, you watch all these videos which I'll be uploading on my YouTube channel. If you like the way I was solving the questions, please do press like button. Comment in case you have any question. In case you want me to cover up something more, please post it in the comments. All right. Share this video with your friends and family and do subscribe my channel. So friends, keep watching and keep learning all these videos. All the very best. Have a nice time. Bye-bye.